Number 10. Several years ago, 37% of parents with children in grade K through 12 were satisfied with the quality of education of the students received. A poll found that 478 of 1,135 parents with children in grades K through 12 were satisfied with the quality of education the students receive. Construct a 90% confidence interval to assess whether this represents evidence that parents' attitudes toward quality of education have changed. So P proportion is 0.37. So P equal to 0.37. That's our null. The question is, conduct a 90% confidence interval to assess whether this represents evidence that parents' attitudes toward education have changed. It says have changed, so we're not saying greater than or equal to. We just don't know if they're not the same as 37. Could be more, could be less. So this is our null and alternative. We're going to do a confidence interval now. So again, we're going to let StatCrunch do this for us. Stat proportion one sample with summary. Number of success was 478. Total number of observations was 1135. Now, although we did not go through the checks, we're assuming that we can use this. N times P times 1 minus P is large enough and the sample size is not too big. The proportion is 0.37. And we want to know equal versus not equal, so that's already not equal. And then we want to level confidence 90. So this time we're going to do a confidence interval. 90%. And I think we can show the critical value still. We're going to compute. And here we get confidence interval. We got a lower limit, we got an upper limit. The lower bound to 3 decimal places, 0.397. Upper bound, 0.445. And then we're going to choose the correct conclusion. So here is our lower limit, here's our upper limit. And if we look at this proportion, we want to know the conclusion. What is the correct conclusion? So it says, since the interval contains the proportion stated in the null. So if you look here and look here, the 37% is outside of the range of this interval. So 37 will be on the low end. So if we drew a picture, we are saying we want to be between 0.39 and the upper end was 44, say 45, sorry, off the screen. Let's just say 0.45. And the statistic that we started with is 0.37. So again, this is outside the scope. This is in the rejection region. If it falls in here, we don't reject. Outside here, we reject. That means there's strong evidence that this is not the case, so that maybe they do feel differently. So because of that, we say since the interval contains, it does not, since the interval does not contain the proportion stated in the null, there is insufficient evidence. Nope, there's strong evidence. Interval contains, so D has to be it. Since the interval does not contain the proportion stated in the null, there is sufficient evidence parents' attitudes have changed. So that's the one we're looking for.